Hey everybody, this is Mr. Buro from Staten Island Tech, and today I'm going to teach you about a new facet that we're going to add to the class that includes the concept of documentation. Professionals in all sorts of design fields are not only required but feel compelled by themselves to always provide documentation for the design process, because just kind of like a vision of in the beginning and a finished product in the end doesn't quite tell the story. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using a Google Doc that's shared between myself and you, that will exist for you to log progress during each class that you're working in CAD. So take a look at the screen that you see here. In the top box, there's information for your name, what primary CAD software you're using at the time, if you have any CAD certifications, your projected profession and college major, and your status. The second box, which will also remain at the top, is a listing of the projects that you are currently working on or completed. And then further from there, you're going to have an entry. Each entry inside your document is going to be 3 boxes or 3 rows of a table. And the top row of the table is going to be a date stamp with an explanation of what your post is about. The second box is going to be for screenshots that show progress, sketches, pictures from the web or pictures you took with your phone, links, any resources that you find. Here, the person put a picture of an engine that they were able to design in CAD with a caption.
Excuse this interruption. For the owner of Black Road,
hold on.
New York license plate JAK 5143. Please come to the general office or call extension 121. Once again, if you own a Black Road license plate New York JAK 5143, please come to the general office or call extension 121.
So there's a picture over here that was posted with a caption. The picture is a screenshot of the person's progress. Also inside this post, the person is saying that they included a link to a video that helped them. This box, the third of the entry, will always be the comment box. Because this was a student entry, the comments will be written by the teacher. In this case, would be me. So I will always be writing in red on your document, and you will always be writing in black on your document. That's going to help us keep track of who's typing what very easily just by looking. The second entry that's over here is, let's take a quick page break so you can see it all on one page. This will be an entry by me. So I said this is a sample entry by the teacher. Here are some resources that you'll find helpful. So again, you're including screenshots, sketches, pictures, links. There's a thing that I included as like a sample spec sheet. I told the person to look up this video, and then they will have the opportunity to comment on the post there. As you can see, the top post is from October 2nd, and the post before that is September 28th. Every new post in this document will be placed within the area right here, right below the project listing. So to make a new entry, what I would do is I would select this and just copy it. And then I'll press enter in between and make a little space. And I'll paste it in there, change the date to today's date, which is the 28th. And I'll put a note in here like, this is the design I was working on today for the slot to attach the leaf to the housing of a bi-leaflet part valve. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to include a screenshot from my CAD work, which is right here. To do a screenshot, right now I'm just going to press a button on my keyboard, and I'll go back to my Google Doc, paste it in with Control V. I have 3 screens, so it did paste 3 screens at the same time. All I need to do is crop that. So I'll crop it to just what I need, which is that. And then I will increase its size for the entry. That's showing exactly what I needed to show. And then I'll leave this over here for the teacher to comment. Okay, so that's basically how I put an entry in. And of course, I still have it right above my previous entry was on October 2nd. Directions for maintaining this document will appear over here where it says do not erase for now. And there's a whole bunch of information here for you. To show you an example of how this is used by me, basically what I do is I have a folder in Google Drive that's sorted in reverse order from last modified. So the last modified files will always appear on top for me, and I'll be able to see who's working on something and when it was last updated and whether it was updated by the students or myself. Here's an example of a great one from my advanced class. This person is just beginning to working on a small cabin. So they were making an entry about stuff using furniture. So I put this entry in and I made reference to a website for them to use. And they commented back with a couple of screenshots and that they had actually forgot to save something. The next post on here, which was previous from October 27th to October 22nd, this was when they were working on the stairs. This is actually the thing they forgot to save. So they showed me progress of them creating a set of steps. And then I gave them some advice on that and like whether or not they should be asking me in the future on here or through any of the other resources we have. Then they previously were working on creating objects in Revit. So here's a shower stall that they were looking at. And then here's a kitchen island and another walk-in shower. Before that, they were working on a couple of other things. You could see they're just marking it as progress, putting pictures in, links to what was inspiring them. I commented on the research and about the file type. Here are some sketches that they made, which is really a great addition to this type of log. So, okay, they weren't working on CAD for that little bit of it, but they made some valuable sketches that they were going to be used to guide them. And this was actually part of a project proposal for this particular person. And then again, at the bottom, there's the guidelines for using the thing. So this is pretty easy to run. And I think the only thing that's kind of weird for people is doing the screenshots. So I will include right after this directions on how to run the screenshots. Last thing is that the file is going to be shared with you. It's got your name on it. This is the seat number. 423 means that David is in period 4, seat number 23, and he happens to be in group 4 or row 4 in the thing. That's the same as his breakout room if we're using Zoom. That's about it. So thank you very much, and try to make good use of this because it's part of the class. Okay, I'm back again to talk about taking screenshots. It's pretty easy to do. You always be using a keyboard to activate the screenshot tool that's part of the operating system that you're using. For Windows, the quickest way to do it is to hit the print screen button on the upper right-hand part of the keyboard. When you do that, the entire screen or a series of multiple screens, if you're using multiple monitors, will get pasted to the clipboard. So you can just use Control V or paste to put that screenshot wherever you like, whether it's in a Microsoft Word document, a Google Doc, or anywhere really that you can paste, even in like Photoshop. If you want to get more specific, you'll hold the Windows key and Shift and press S, and that will actually allow you to do like a snip of something that's on the screen. And I could demonstrate that for you. For a Mac, you will be using Shift Command 3 to take a screenshot of everything at the same time for the whole screen, or Shift Command 4 to do a snip of the screen itself, like that you'd be able to draw with the mouse. Chromebooks, not many people are going to be using Chromebooks, but if you want to use a Chromebook, you're going to hit Control and then the key that looks like a window with some lines coming up the side. So Control with the Show Windows key will do the full screen, and Shift Control with the Show Windows key will allow you to take a snip of part of the screen. The iPhone, if you're using an iPhone, you would be holding down the home button and hitting the side button. If it was like an older type of iPhone, or if it was a newer type of iPhone, you'd be holding the side button and pressing volume up. And then lastly, for an Android phone, a lot of the manufacturers have their own type of way of doing it, but most of the Samsung ones, you just use a palm swipe. So you're just like swiping your palm across the screen, and you could also press the power button and volume down at the same time to do that. But it's easy to look up. Just type the word screenshot into Google with whatever device you're using, and you'll have directions on how to do it very quickly. That's it. Thank you very much.